Check, 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 check.
Can you do that again, Charles?
Mic check. One.
Are you recording this?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, thank God.
What did he say?
I think he said, have fun, which we always do. We always get together for these podcast days and share a meal, which we've talked about, which is so important. Breaking bread with people is...
We broke the edamame today.
Yeah, the edamame quinoa. And sometimes when we're having conversations, usually it's like admin stuff or topics for future podcasts or, you know, stuff that we're not going to necessarily discuss on the podcast, which isn't a ton of things, but there's a few boundary things. We also sometimes don't capture the most hilarious, amazing things. And then we try to recreate them so we can give you guys the energy that just exists. But so we're recording this is a Wednesday after the new moon.
Yeah, that was
Supermoon. It was a supermoon.
Last night.
Which I just found out that a supermoon just means it's closer to Earth than
Correct.
other moons. Anyways, the energy has been whoa. And it's a lucky supermoon because it's in Taurus.
Correct.
So I feel like we are reeling off of some luck. I feel like luck be a lady. It's just on our side. It also makes me think of that Britney Spears song. She's so lucky.
I don't know that
She's
song.
a star. What?
I didn't listen to anything Britney except what I caught on the radio.
Okay.
I've never owned
you're
a
not
Britney CD.
missing much.
I've never played a Britney playlist in my life. Britney does not factor
When I
into
think
my
of Britney,
sphere of music.
I just send her so much love and compassion because, that whole situation. Anyways, she has a song called Lucky. But we were talking about, I was telling Krystyn that I was feeling real geared up yesterday and I was writing down lists of intentions, personal and for the podcast. And I'd come up with 8. And then I was in the car driving the kids around to Carpool and Aldi and all the places yesterday afternoon. And I was like, oh my God, I just thought of another one. And so I wrote, like how you do voice to text, which I suck at. But I texted myself an additional goal, which was we record the podcast in exotic places. And then I was like, oh, it would be a really great place that has lots of amazing energy is Tulum, Mexico. And she was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's where the polar vortex is.
I wish I could have captured my face in this moment because I was like, no, it's not, Rach.
And I was like, yeah, no, it's the polar vortex. And I was like, and she's like, mm-mm. I was like, why not? And she's like, I'm pretty sure a polar vortex is like a massive snowstorm in the Arctic. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's probably right. Oh. Anyways, and then I was like, no. What about Sedona? Maybe Sedona, Arizona has the polar vortex.
So just so you guys know, the polar vortices only exist in Tulum and Sedona.
Yeah.
In Rachel's world.
Honestly, we would go to Tulum and get a polar vortex. It would be...
And then you doubled down because I was like, oh, do you mean the ley lines? And you were like, no, yes, there's ley lines, but no, it's the polar vortex.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the polar vortex.
Yeah. But then we did look up that it is the word vortex and their energy vortexes, basically. I was in Sedona when I was 12, maybe 13. My Nana, it was the coming of age trip. My Nana had asked me, where would you like to go? You can go anywhere in the country. I'll take you on a trip. I was the oldest grandchild and I picked the Grand Canyon.
This sounds so magical.
Well, I wish it was.
Oh, well, shit.
I know. Because in retrospect, yeah, I think it was meant to be. It was like meant to be this like bonding experience, but it was not. It was a very tough experience. There was pockets and moments that were really great, but then it was just really difficult because, it was two people coming together that didn't really know each other, naturally had a relationship, but we were like intimately traveling together for 14 days or something. And she had planned this whole thing out and really wanted me to appreciate everything that she had done, all this energy that had gone into it. And I kind of was just in my own head because I was a teenager and was like, this is cool. Yeah, okay. Like we went to Sedona and my Nana was all about energy and everything. And I had like it just did not resonate with me at all. I think I was kind of a butthead most of the time.
I mean, this is a coming of age thing.
Yeah.
That happens. I actually was texting earlier today with my childhood best friend, and she is the one that I was telling you the story Saturday night about how we would stay up all night long and play Monopoly, and her dad would leave for work at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And we would be like,
did you get caught?
And no, he'd be like, oh God, you guys were up early playing Monopoly. And we're like, yep, just woke up.
Leave it to the dad to be like, look at those girls. They slept and then they got up. No, they fucking didn't sleep.
Right. But she was also sharing some struggles. Her son is 13 now. And then like how the last 1 to 2 years, he, doesn't want to spend as much time and more into his friends and all the things we have coming.
Yeah, and it is a challenge because you naturally want to maintain a relationship. Like I always thought that my Nana and I were super close, but I felt like everything I did on that trip, I just remember her getting angry about stuff. You don't appreciate this. And, I remember one time she asked me if I wanted to split a salad and I was like, no, I wanted to get a burger. But then instead of the fries, I got a salad instead. And she like lost her mind. And I just remember that. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like it was like I didn't do it intentionally, but it was a lot of that. There was a lot of that power struggle. And again, there were beautiful moments that we had and like really good talks. And I did go to the Grand Canyon. There was a wildfire. So you like on one of the north-south entrances, I can't remember which. And so I almost got attacked by a skunk in the Grand Canyon, and we went all over. I went to Zion. I went to Bryce.
Man, those skunks really follow you around the country, don't they?
They really do. Yeah. Again, I just attract animals. Animals have always just been like, that's the girl. That's the one.
Last night, our animal was not alerted to, he was pretty cool. We had a really crazy storm come through last night. Griswold was cool as a cucumber. The tornado siren warning thing went off.
Which is, it's pretty intense. It's not.
Right.
It's not, not that they should be intense. They serve a purpose.
Right. So we jumped up out of bed, obviously, and I don't know if we cut this part out, but we sleep naked. So naturally,
naked
like
people.
Putting clothes on, and, Charlie was like, put your shoes on. And
screw your clothes. Just put your shoes.
You're going to find me. If a tornado had come through and actually ripped our house off,
yes,
just be me naked in a pair of Crocs in the basement.
Jeez Louise.
Hey guys.
Hey.
With my backpack and my trusty planner.
Bless it all. But we cannot forget.
What? What can we not forget?
To introduce ourselves.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're going to get into it. So we're just going to introduce now, and then we'll talk about Mother Nature.
Coming at you.
Hi, Rachel.
Good afternoon, Krystyn.
Welcome to Two Mystic Mamas.
Yeah, that Mother Nature, man, she sure can pack a punch.
It was so crazy. I have never experienced a storm quite like that before.
Now, have you always been a storm kind of gal?
100%.
Okay, me too.
I mean, I remember.
Let's go.
Have
we been together during a storm?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to make this happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we just conjured that shit. I remember when Twister came out. What year did Twister come
1996.
out? 1996. There we go. Coming in hot with that knowledge.
I don't know.
Probably.
I'm probably right, though.
You probably are right.
What year did Twister come out?
That's
May 10th.
1996.
What's today's date?
Oh, May 10th is our wedding anniversary.
There you go.
Boom, boom.
It was meant to be.
It was.
Yeah, there you go.
So I remember when that movie came out, this is what I want to do in my life.
Oh, you wanted to be a storm chaser.
I wanted to be a fucking storm chaser from that moment.
Okay.
I was like, oh my God.
The movie sold you.
Totally
It's
did.
just like real life.
But I didn't want to be Helen Hunt. I wanted to be Aunt May. Aunt Meg? Aunt May.
Oh, Aunt May.
May.
Yeah,
she
with
was my favorite.
Yeah, with she was
That's
she was such a great
she's
character.
such goals.
Yeah. Ugh.
I mean, she doesn't give a fuck about what
No.
anybody thinks. She's got her long ass gray hair.
Yes, she does.
Just living her best life with
With her
all
wind
her
chimes.
sculptures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
Okay, we're gonna make some updates to your house.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't just fall on top of me.
When our good friends moved to Nashville, one of the first things, because in Nashville nobody has basements because it's all bedrock. I think like it just costs an arm and a leg to have a basement. So they have storm shelters that they would put in to your garage that they would cement into the ground, basically. The storm system came through. I got up because they were like, Rachel, we have to go to the basement. But the only way to get to the basement was to go outside of the house and walk around and come down like another flight of steps, right? Like you couldn't access it from inside the house.
Right.
Jeffrey would not get up.
He's the guy that gets sucked up in the tornado and Twister in the truck.
Yeah. Well, anyways, long story short, he wouldn't get out. We never went to the basement. It never touched down. But then later on, when they moved, they did get one of those cement shelters and they're intense.
Yeah.
Like everything's in it, right? There's electricity but you can, put all kinds of stuff in there whatever you need. So you don't have to like freak out or run to a shelter. But even in Oklahoma and Nebraska, most of those storm shelters aren't in the house. They're out in the yard. But the technology is so great now that they do give you advance warning to take shelter.
Yeah. I want to say that ours went off around 1:20 a.m., something like that. And it was anticipated to hit this area at 1:55 is what they had told us.
Yeah.
Well, with the
But you guys didn't
warning.
actually go down.
No, we prepared,
Yeah.
prepared my tornado relief bag. No.
And then you went outside.
Yeah, then Charlie went outside. I mean, that's, when you like storms. It was so crazy though, because it was dead still.
Which is eerie.
It's super eerie. And there was just lightning, like 360 all the way around.
Like sideways lightning.
Just swirling above in the sky. And just a roar of thunder like I have never heard before. Continuous for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
It's so interesting too when you have an experience like that, when you feel like you've witnessed a ton of storms in your lifetime too, because, and I live about 45 minutes south of Krystyn, and we didn't get anything. I mean, we got lightning, we did get rain, we got a system that moved through, but we didn't get the warning or anything like that. So we basically slept through the whole thing and woke up and I was like, oh my God, what?
Yeah, it wasn't until after 2 a.m. that all passed. It was like that, just dead still and lightning and thunder out the wazoo for like 30, 40 minutes.
Did you have your windows
Maybe.
open too?
I closed them.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had them open like when we were sleeping and stuff. So after 2 a.m., it just started torrential downpour. And then that's when we got, more of the actual like weather and precipitation and
Yeah.
wind
That's
and
wild.
stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, I've been in some small hurricanes before and, been in a decent amount of weather.
Yes.
Bad weather. But I had never experienced thunder like that.
No. Have you ever experienced thunder during a snowstorm?
Yeah, it's so cool.
So wild.
Mhm.
So wild.
Yeah.
It's you're out there playing and you're like, what the fuck?
I mean, I love storms. One of my favorite photos I've ever taken is a picture of the Pittsburgh skyline.
Yes.
With this huge, I was photographing.
I'm looking at it as you're talking.
Oh, that's right. It's in the other room. I was photographing the 4th of July fireworks
Let's see if I can
over
get
the skyline.
Yeah.
And this storm came
Yeah.
in, and it was this amazing lightning bolt that I happened to capture.
Oh, there's those tissues you got for me. That's
Yeah.
so nice. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Next to the best sriracha in the world.
Trader Joe's, we love you.
Yeah. You want to sponsor our podcast? You're Sriracha? Yeah, I think so. Really the topic of today is just the energy of Mother Nature, not necessarily in violent, horrific ways, but also just in beautiful, simple ways too. But there is something about the energy that happens in the atmosphere before a storm comes. And when I was little, I played outside all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was an outside kind of girl. We talked about this. I had an imaginary friend. We had a wishing willow. I did all of these different things with her.
Wait, what's a wishing willow?
Like it was a wishing willow tree. So I had this tree.
I love willow trees.
It's gone now, but there was this section in the backyard and I had 6.5 acres to play with. So like we had a stream on the one side that ran along the driveway. So I was just always out and about, farting around, doing things, exploring, all of that. But I could always anticipate when a storm was coming prior to seeing like the blue sky and the thunderhead and all of the things. I could feel it. And it was one of those feelings that I just got very comfortable with. Like I could just feel the atmospheric pressure change. And, then naturally we had a big bay window in our living room and we would just open the curtains and we would watch the lightning.
I mean, the energy is so intense right before a storm, but today, this light breeze, blue skies, like it is fucking magical outside today.
Yeah.
I mean, this weather.
This is like my favorite kind of day. It's my favorite kind of day.
Me too. It's like 71, sunny.
Yep.
Light breeze.
You can be outside, your windows are open. You have such a great house for the cross breeze,
Yeah, I do wish we had a screen door. I wish we had a couple screen doors.
Yeah.
Because I think that would like really.
I was going to say, I just got one, but it's one of those magnetic ones.
Too. Yeah, I don't know. I thought about doing something like that and seeing how Grizzly does with it.
Yeah, I think he'd be fine because he's scared of that.
Scared of
the linen curtain that you can see through. No. Anyways, back to the energy. Curious to know what your take is between energy with hurricanes versus tornadoes, or versus not necessarily tornadoes, but storms. Because you have a lot of time to prepare for hurricanes.
Right. And then it's just so different because it's so wet. So wet.
Yes.
You're not really.
And so violent for so long.
Right. Like you might step out, and see something, but you're not going to step out and like necessarily enjoy a hurricane for too long.
No. You do see those people that try to do it.
I know. I love the videos of the Weather Channel guys that get busted pretending that weather's worse than it is.
Yeah. And then there's that one Weather Channel guy that legit will just throw himself into danger. I don't care about my life. I'm just going to do it for the gram or whatever. Yeah. It's like, we all know that it's violent and you shouldn't be out in it. Except you apparently think you're invincible.
Right. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. We don't know his backstory. I will say last night was kind of crazy though, because right before I went to bed, I did a very intense new moon ritual. And I had all sorts of energy kind of swirling about and feeling all sorts of things. So then to wake up at 1 a.m. to
abruptly,
very abruptly, was a little bit jarring.
Yes.
I was like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah.
Did I make you mad? Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But I really feel like if you look at how beautiful it is today, it's a great metaphor for clearing, right? Mm-hmm. We were planting new seeds with the new moon yesterday and planting new intentions into the structure of our life.
Yeah.
And it's like all of that shit was just kind of swept away and blown away. And now we're left with this
Carrie Underwood.
Magical. We're left with Carrie Underwood.
That made me think of, again, sorry, Rachel's brain. That song, Blown Away.
I don't know this one either.
Oh my God. Well, it's about a tornado descending and everything gets blown away. Hers is an abusive father situation, alcoholic father situation, but in the music video anyways. But then the storm clears and you're left with a beautiful rainbow.
Well, thank you, Carrie Underwood, for this beautiful day.
Oh,
I had no idea you were behind all this. But
apparently it's a blonde musical day for Rachel between Brittany and Carrie. Who else is going to come to the forefront?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll just keep talking and another song will pop into my little brain.
Did you get the text I sent you yesterday? I was like all of a sudden I had this weird message pop in my head of a song that I had never really thought of in a long time.
I hate that song.
Right. I don't like that song either. And it popped in my head and I was like,
Another Blonde.
I had never actually listened to the lyrics. So I played it.
Yes, I made myself listen to it like 4 times.
Oh, you listened to it more than I did. But
we're talking about Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Yeah. And so the lyrics were apropos.
Yes, no, for sure.
For what's
I was trying to look at it from a different view.
I know, but I was like, why did this fucking song
So that
pop in
song
my
came
head?
out in spring of 2005.
Again, you with the year knowledge.
Because I was living in France. There's few songs that it's like the only songs that they would play that were American. Well, she's English, but and the other one was I had a bad day, a bird. I hate that song too. So, and then
Man, I want to take you to karaoke.
no, don't. I'm the worst karaoke person. And the other one that I did love and was obsessed with was Call on Me by Eric Price, where it's call on me, call, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Where there's that. Have you ever seen that music video where it's an aerobics class and they're just
Nope.
thrusting all over the place?
No, but I must have watched something recently because my algorithm on Instagram is all 80s workout videos.
Yes.
Every fucking day.
Well, do you know about that like lady from the 80s that like she would walk around? Oh God, I wish I had a better memory. And it was
You just rattled off 2 fucking dates. What do you mean you wish you had
well
a better
because
memory?
I like can pull some things out of the archives and then other things I'm like, what did I have for breakfast? I really don't know. I have no idea. What happened yesterday? But there's a woman in the 80s that used to do some sort of jazzercise aerobics, and she was like real spunky and spicy. And her videos have resurfaced, and they're fucking hilarious.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Leotard.
Yes. Yeah.
Tights.
Yes. The leotard.
Blonde frosted hair.
Ugh.
That one.
Yeah. Like
I just described every person that's listening. I just described your mother in the 80s.
Yes. And thank God. I mean, it's kind of coming back with all of the clothes that people are now wearing now, like these yoga outfits where you have to, have a matching sports bra and maybe it's one of those things that when you wear it, you feel better. So then you exercise better because you're like the whole package is coming together. But when I work out, which is not a lot, but I don't have time to think about my outfit.
You are looking at what I went to the gym in today.
That's actually not bad.
A Stevie Nicks tee.
That looks pretty cute. Black leggings.
And some black leggings.
Yeah. So on the way up here, which I never do, I put the sunroof down on the highway because it's always so loud. And if the kids are in the car, you can't talk, you can't hear anything. So it's like really pointless. But I was like, screw it. And I was like jamming out to, I don't know, AC/DC, I think. And that felt really good. And then a leaf somehow flew into my car.
I miss having a sunroof.
Oh, do you? I hate it.
Yeah. No, I used to love,
Okay.
like that was like a non-negotiable with me for having cars for a long time.
That's heated seats for me.
Oh, okay. But I do have a problem with my hair flying out the top of the sunroof and getting stuck in it.
Oh my God.
That's happened on more than one occasion. It also gets stuck in my car door. It'll like the wind will grab it and I close the door and I'm like,
If you're a new listener, Krystyn has this amazingly long, gorgeous black hair.
Thanks.
Just like Pocahontas type, unbelievably beautiful hair.
The ghost of Amy Winehouse lives up there, I'm pretty sure.
Also true. Oh my God, you should be her for Halloween one year.
Oh, that would be killer.
I'm glad you brought Amy Winehouse up though, because we can move on from blonde musicians to dark hair, black hair musicians. There's a movie coming out for her.
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Isn't Gaga playing her?
No.
No, she's not.
No. She is being... who's she being? I can't remember who she's being played by. I feel like it's an English actress, but...
I had a student tell me about this last week, actually, and she showed me a side-by-side of Gaga and Amy Winehouse. Have you seen it?
No, but they...
Striking.
Yeah, they have a lot of striking similarities. Amy Winehouse is part of the 27 Club, where you have these highly, highly talented, unbelievable artists, and they all die at 27.
I feel like on one of these podcasts, we can go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories because there's a lot tied to musicians and celebrities specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And some people really hold a lot of weight in that. I mean, I can get down with a good conspiracy theory, but...
It's got to have data to back it up.
Right.
Yeah. I think the only common thread is that they were all 27.
Right.
I'm sure there's other ones, but that's the main one.
How old was Kurt Cobain?
27.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's like the ones I can name off the top of my head are Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse.
What?
Fuck. No, Lady Gaga, I love you so much. Please don't die anytime soon. So wherever you are listening in the world, how's your energy outside in your environment?
We shared a lot of stuff on our Instagram page yesterday about our outdoor environments. And being that yesterday was the launch of our first part 1 of magical gardening, time to garden. Gardening.
Yes.
It is like this time of year is so transformative. And it's kind of, like right now we're in like a rainy spell too. Like we're getting a ton of rain.
Yeah. I think it's even more transformative than the new year. Like I feel like more energized and let's go now in spring than I definitely felt in that to me is still when you're
I agree.
Dormant, like you're just hunkered down and you're just cozy. And
I mean, we all celebrate the new year, but I don't get down with feeling like that's my springboard.
I know, but I feel like your tradition that you guys do, I think we're going to embody this coming year where it's just, eat chocolate, share a book, have a fire, have a glass of wine, have a glass of tea, whatever, do something. But it doesn't need to be this like huge, elaborate ring in the new year. To me, it's a new year, but I don't know. The energy just is never there for me on New Year's Eve, ever.
Right. And I feel like the older I get, like my energy is so precious.
Yes.
And I want to use my energy for all the things I want to do and create, day to day in my life.
Yeah.
And if I am staying up super late,
yes,
then that is not happening. I am not feeling my best.
No. Though you guys did stay up super late on Saturday night. Irish goodbye your asses.
I know, but what time did we stay up till?
I don't know, because I went to bed at, it had to have been 11:45, if not 12 o'clock.
Talk about good personal energy.
So I don't know how much, I think it took you guys a minute to know I had peaced out. No,
I definitely noticed it. And I said something to the boys and I was like, and neither one of them, they were like, huh? What? She's not here?
No.
Yeah, she's not been here for a minute, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew at that point you were done. You were donezos.
Yeah.
But we got sucked in to Ted Lasso.
Yeah, I know. It's such a good energy.
Man, we're really talking about all the shows and things today. That's just where the energy, it's where the wind's taking us.
See?
Back to Pocahontas, the colors of the wind.
Oh, another beautiful female songwriter and, well, I don't know if she's a songwriter, but performer. Damn it, her name just escaped me. She was Miss America. I feel like her name is Vanessa
Williams.
Vanessa Williams, thank you. Bringing it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso has such good personal energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, I feel like I try to embody that optimism, but not without not being toxic optimism, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like understanding.
Well, people can see right through it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of that character is he is that Midwestern, genuine, just kind of rolls with the punches, but is a beautiful person and is almost, not jaded by the world.
Right.
It's like he, you're rubber, I'm glue, whatever I say bounces off me and sticks to you.
But he has such a beautiful way of deflecting any sort of negativity just instantly.
And turning it around to a positive.
Right. And
Yeah.
I love that.
No,
I love how you can see how he affects everybody around him.
Yeah.
Which is
The
so
writing on that show is bananas.
It is.
I wish it was still around. Jason Sudeikis, if you listen to this podcast and you are a big fan of Two Mystic Mamas, I just want you to know that I was very upset when it ended. I understand it had to end, as all good things do, but I just felt like it was a little preemptive. Something triggered it Saturday night when you got there, and I was like, fuck it, we're done. We're just going to watch it right now. We're turning it on. And you guys were like, okay, let's do it.
I mean, I was sucked in. Yep.
Into a vortex.
A polar vortex.
A polar vortex. A Ted Lasso vortex of be a goldfish. But what about that? I mean, I use that all the time. All the time. Especially if I feel triggered and I'm like, I know I have to sit with this. I need to be a goldfish. Rachel, you're a goldfish. So if you haven't seen it and you're like, what the fuck? You need to just figure out how to watch it. I usually don't promote a ton of shows. There's a lot of good TV out there, but this one is game changer. It could change your life in all positive ways, just like this podcast.
If you have any stories that you want to share with us about the energy of the new moon or Mother Nature energy, harnessing that and using that kind of transformative power in your own life, we would love to hear it.
We do. We want to hear your stories.
Right.
So just send us an email.
twomysticmamas@gmail.com.
Super simple. Super simple. And also, we have recently updated our Instagram to include a tip link. So basically, if you are liking the podcast, you can gift us, if you will, a monetary donation. By no means is this a requirement, but we are just putting it out there for our listeners who are like, I just love them so much. I'm going to send them a penny.
Oh, it's like a virtual tip jar.
It's a virtual tip jar. It's exactly what it is. So, it's kind of like a show. If you went to a comedy show or a strip show or a drag show, what other shows can you go to where you would leave a tip? We could make you a couple sushi rolls. I mean, there's just so many things out there. But if you like it, you can send us some love.
Yeah. And likewise, we are just kind of putting this out there. Rachel and I both do readings.
Oh, yeah.
So if you are interested in getting hooked up with a tarot or an angel card reading, send us an email. We would love to work with you.
Yeah, we would love to do a reading for you.
Yeah. Whatever weather you have, wherever you're listening, I just want you to get out in it today.
There you go.
It's a lightning storm. Maybe don't stay so long.
I mean,
maybe just take just a little.
Use your brain.
Yeah.
Have common sense. But if it is an amazingly wonderful day and the sun is shining, go get your face in that sun.
Or go play in the rain.
Or go dance in the rain.
Yeah. I love
Dancing in the rain.
What?
I'm dancing in the rain.
Isn't it singing?
I know, but I'm singing dancing. Tut tut, looks like rain. Who says that? Come on. I quizzed you on this
I know.
in the last podcast. Winnie
the fucking Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Damn it.
God. Tut tut. Looks
really-
like Krystyn does not remember.
Winnie and I really are not well acquainted. Man, I'm enjoying this breeze. I'm going to get outside.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yep, we do.
Thanks for joining us.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.